Aldrin, let's begin with the good news before perhaps looking at the load shedding woes that this mine may have to contend with. Tell us more about this project.
Well, certainly it's a project that has been under construction for about 3 years now, and the National Union of Mine Workers are saying that this is the rewards of being part of BRICS, which of course was the initiative by former President Jacob Zuma. And they're saying that South Africa is benefiting today because of this investment. Around 3,000 jobs that had been created during the period of constructing and building the mine, which has now been launched. And the company is saying that from mine becomes operational, there will be 750 jobs. But they're also saying that they're willing to spend, or rather they've pledged another $1 billion to extend the mine and also build a smelter here in this region, which of course I think would lead you to the next question, and that's the question around the electricity supply.
And let's talk about that. I mean, have there been conversations had at all around then the alternative plans that especially a new mine like this would have to have in place now that it seems load shedding may be with us for some time?
Not too sure whether those discussions have been underway, but one thing is certain is that this smelter, at least they say that they will demand an additional 200 megawatts to ensure that this smelter operates functions here within this region. The National Union of Mine Workers are saying that what Eskom could be doing is that Eskom could install its own clean energy and get power from the sun here, install solar systems instead of relying on the IPPs. They're also making another proposal, and this is a proposal that they made during the discussions that they had with the Central Executive of COSATU, where they made the argument that Eskom should look at acquiring a mine that will be run by Eskom itself. They said that one mine, at least, which is a controversial mine, I guess, at this point, considering the State Capture Commission of Inquiry, and that is the Optimum mine in Mpumalanga. They're saying that Eskom should acquire that mine, and if Eskom acquires that mine, at least they'll be sure around the supply of coal to the various power stations. But Eskom could also be selling the coal to various other countries like Egypt, that say that they are in demand of coal, and that could also help the cash flow of Eskom.
Well, I guess the one thing that happens is that this certainly puts BRICS in a much better light, especially to its critics who've been questioning whether there's any benefit to South Africa being part of that regional organization. And so Aldrin St. Pierre, they're saying that, of course, that project coming out of some of the agreements and negotiations that were held under BRICS. So we'll have more from Aldrin later on in the afternoon.